Film studies back. Daniel Dubois, Joseph Parker. We're going to look at Daniel Dubois' win over Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker's win over Zhilei Zhang, because all due respect to Deontay Wilder, who I probably hold in higher regard in terms of what he did in boxing than many of you, he was washed in that fight. So I'm not sure you can make much of the performance there. But the Zhilei Zhang one, Zhilei Zhang was still coming forward and active with his hands and actually trying to make something happen. But Joseph Parker navigated that successfully. So Daniel Dubois, Anthony Joshua, and how this could apply to what we may see against Joseph Parker. By the way, I said it here on this channel. I said it at Action Network as well. And I believe I said it even on the Sports Grid appearance. Daniel Dubois by knockout. That was my bet for this fight. That was my pick. Nailed it. I'm very proud of that one. Trying to establish the jab right away. Daniel Dubois has more boxing ability than I think he's given credit for. Not that he's going to be more technical than Joseph Parker. That would probably surprise me, but he has a little bit more boxing ability. Like, he's not just simply a banger. But the way Anthony Joshua fought this fight was in Daniel Dubois' favor. Two things off the bat Joseph Parker's going to have to look out for. Daniel Dubois jabs. That right hand could be there. So that overhand right. And then over here, Anthony Joshua loves going to this uppercut. A lot of guys do. A lot of guys with power do. Gervonta Davis is great at this. Boom. You sort of stick that jab out there. You can't quite find the range. There's the uppercut. Boom. Dubois takes it well. Is able to clinch on the inside, which is smart. They get smothered up. But two things you got to watch out for. And I think Joseph Parker, that's something that his team is going to be drilling. Like, hey, if the jab gets lazy or if he does it from out of range, this is something you could potentially exploit. Right here. Oh, there's the first right hand. Oh my God, his power is so sick, man. The confidence he must have had going into this. Look at this overhand right. Anthony Joshua thinks he's out of range. He is not. Boom. Joseph Parker, I think, is going to be a little bit, is going to have more of a solid base and probably not eat this just this easily, for lack of a better way of putting it. And Anthony Joshua just gets dropped. Now, Joseph Parker's been down and out before, so we'll see what happens when that power meets him, because it will. But that's a great shot from Daniel Dubois, and that's the end of the round. Right hand over the top. That's smart. So Joseph Parker's going to do this. He's absolutely going to throw this punch. Jab to the body. He slowed down Wilder with some of these. Right hand. Boom. Side of the temple. And then it's on. Look at the pressure. Left hook lands there. Daniel Dubois is not backing down. More pressure. More pressure. Oh boy. Hold on, we gotta look at that flurry again. This one is slow motion. Comfortable on the inside here. Okay, starts off with the jab. Parried. Backs up AJ into the ropes. Boom. Right hand upstairs. Left hook gets smothered. Right hand over the top again. Joshua's trying to recover. Left hook from Dubois. He sees that staggered him, goes forward, has a moment here. Left hook, right hand, left uppercut to the body. Back up a little bit. Boom, there's the uppercut one more time. Joshua finally is able to just shove him away. Damn, this is worse than I remember in terms of Anthony Joshua's defense, or lack thereof. Trying that uppercut again. But Dubois' pressure is just really well applied. Slipping the jab now, that helps create that pressure. If you're getting out of the way of that jab enough, you can get inside and get to what you want to get to. These body shots, these left hooks, these right hands to the side of the temple. Daniel Dubois is having some success. Not a lot of these jabs are landing flush. Then here, look at this. He stalls a little bit. There's a jab. So he buys time with that feint. Anthony Joshua doesn't really react. He just kind of like takes a slight step back, but is still in range for that jab. But he's looking to pull. Anthony Joshua is. Wonder if Joseph Parker's going to do this as well. Looks to pull. Right hand. Boom. Misses it. So he's not quite in range. Pulled a little too much. Now Dubois in range. Boom. Left hand. Right. Doesn't get all of it. Josh was able to reposition himself. No harm, no foul, and lands a nice left hook there. They're on the inside. Joshua doesn't want to be, clearly, shoves him away, and then boom. So good exchange for Joshua there. And I wonder if that's something that Joseph Parker is going to try to emulate in some way. Doesn't quite have the height and reach that Anthony Joshua does, though. And on that note, let's mention it. Anthony Joshua, 6'6", 82-inch reach. Joseph Parker, 6'4", 76-inch reach. 6-inch reach disadvantage versus Anthony Joshua. Daniel Dubois is 6'5" with a 78-inch reach. So Joseph Parker, the gap is closer, much closer to Daniel Dubois than it is Anthony Joshua. And here you just have a headbutt. I just realized this is on the screen. 6'5", a 78-inch reach for Daniel Dubois, 6'4", 76-inch reach for Joseph Parker. How did we get here, by the way? Let's see. Just tangled up. And then Daniel Dubois just, yeah, okay. And then throws the left hand too. Remember the referee just kind of just tapping himself on that head, looking at Daniel Dubois, being like, hey, stop leading with your head. When you're bald, you want to do that, I'm sure. I don't know. I still got my hair for now, although in a few years I may not. So see what happens. Anyway. There go the legs. He gets dropped here pretty clearly. Daniel Dubois goes to work, and AJ is dropped. Daniel Dubois only gets credit for one knockdown here. This is round 3. So this is his second knockdown in the fight, technically. Anthony Joshua, right hand. Daniel Dubois, oh, beautiful roll. Just completely sees this coming. Misses the right, but the left is there. Bang! Anthony Joshua's glove is up, but it's not high enough. This wobbles him to the corner badly. And he's right back on the attack. This one, unavoidable. Gets AJ good here, and that's what started it all. Daniel Dubois had been during this fight just very smart about how he's countering, and then here, just kind of like Anthony Joshua just kind of loses his footing here. He still has the machismo for sure, but Daniel Dubois does not give a shit. Boom. Left. That's a rule of slip. And this is the thing. If he hurts Joseph Parker, he's going to be in his face, taking chances. And look, he opens himself up to some return. Joseph Parker was staggered against Joe Joyce, and Joe Joyce was able to finish him off. Joseph Parker does have a couple other losses on his resume, but that's the one that people are probably going to point to the most in terms of can he get stopped. It's the only time he has been stopped. Otherwise, he lost decisions to Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte, and has gotten better since. But here it is. Daniel Dubois opens himself up when he does pressure like that, and it's smart. You want to stay on your opponent, but here's Anthony Joshua. Boom, big right hand. And this is where it felt like, hey, could Anthony Joshua just come back? So look, slow motion. Bang! And moves to the right, steps to the right, gets out of the way of that lazy jab. And now Anthony Joshua is on the attack. And that's where he pays for it. Daniel Dubois' counterpunching comes through in this fight. Here it is. Right hand again. So he throws this consecutively. Let's go back. He pressures, slow motion. Boom! Daniel Dubois is trying to get out of the way of that one. Another right hand. So there's 3. And Daniel Dubois is sort of processing, okay, he's going to go to this right hand again. It's landed multiple times. How could I read and react? Boom! Anthony Joshua goes, instead of the right hand over the top, he goes with an uppercut, which he's been trying to land cleanly and flush the entire fight, as we mentioned. Boom, and there's the right hand. It's a shorter right hand. It's right on the chin. You've seen the famous photo, how Anthony Joshua looks when he gets flatlined, and then boom, just down. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful right hand. Just perfect. All right, let's get to Joseph Parker. All right, here we go. Big Bang Zhang. This fight between Joseph Parker and Zhilei Zhang was the last time we saw Joseph Parker in the ring, March 8th, 2024. 6'6", 80-inch reach Zhilei Zhang has, so that's slightly bigger than even Daniel Dubois, who's 6'5" with a 78-inch reach, but it's a southpaw, so it's an important distinction there, but this is a better indication of what we're going to see than the Deontay Wilder fight, where Deontay Wilder just looked fried. Left hand, Joseph Parker looking to attack the body. I think he's going to try to jab Daniel Dubois to the body a lot, and in general a lot. Ultimately, what you see in this is just Joseph Parker trying to be smart, trying to be efficient with his punches, getting out of the way of these power shots. You're going to see this against Daniel Dubois too, even though it's orthodox southpaw. Just sort of cross comparison here. Deontay Wilder in his fight with Joseph Parker was just kind of throwing the same shit over and over, and it was easy to read. He made it very easy for Joseph Parker to just telegraph and just outpoint his way to victory. Joseph Parker, boom, gets tagged. So this is the thing here. Southpaw, so it's a straight left hand, but Daniel Dubois has the capability of flooring him with a straight right hand. So Joseph Parker is right here with Zhilei Zhang, slow motion, lazy jab, takes advantage of it. You don't want to throw lazy jabs in the heavyweight division. All these guys know this, but he's trying to find his range. Okay, measuring stick, nope, don't got time for that. It looks like he just surprised them. Zhang pouring it on. This is where you're watching this fight live and you're like, man, there's a cut on his nose. He just got dropped by his power. And Zhilei Zhang, you figure this has to be early because of the stamina questions. It looks super confident there too. Joseph Parker's been down several times in his career. He's been down in this fight. He got dropped twice, just once more later. Nice left hand there. Also got dropped against, obviously, Joe Joyce, who knocked him out. Derek Chisora dropped him in round 1 very early in that fight. And Parker was also down twice in the fight against Dillian White, 2nd round and 9th round. Potentially chinny situation here against Daniel Dubois, who's also been dropped. I mean, Kevin Lorena multiple times. Obviously, Alexander Usyk. Obviously, Joe Joyce knocked him out. Anthony Joshua did rock him on multiple occasions, but this is heavyweight boxing, so anything could sort of happen here. Zhilei Zhang still very active with his hands, trying to get to that straight left. That's what floored him earlier. That's his money punch. Joseph Parker doing a better job of just circling but staying away from that straight left hand. So doing a good job of reading an opponent's power shot and then trying to negate it as the fight goes. This is where he started really having some success in the middle of the fight. You can see Zhang tiring here, breathing out of his mouth wide open. Joseph Parker looking to take advantage, boxing well, lands a straight right hand there. Doesn't fully commit to that one, but he's active. And then here's where he gets dropped. There it is. So how does he set this up? Okay, straight left hand. He's trying to evade this right hand. Boom, just catches him right on the temple, and that's going to knock you off balance and mess up your equilibrium. He's down, and he knows it. Parker takes a knee. He's back up. He's fine, but 2 knockdowns. You don't want to give him 2 knockdowns in a fight. And here comes Zhilei Zhang. He's like, all right, this is my chance to end this because I'm getting tired. Joseph Parker was able to weather the storm, which he's done, as we mentioned, a bunch of times in his career. Dangerous exchange here, though. So, okay. Right hand over the top. Rolls underneath. Beautiful work against the southpaw. Zhilei Zhang trying to keep up. There's a right hand on the inside. It's just dropped Joseph Parker earlier. And here's another one. Bang. Hooks, uppercuts. Trying to smother. Left hand kind of gets through. Repositions himself. Joseph Parker weathers the storm, but he eats a couple of dangerous punches there. Round 12. Another straight right hand. And Joseph Parker looks more comfortable here. It's like, all right, I can box. Like, this guy has nothing left. I'm not going to take him out necessarily. I'm just going to keep scoring points. It wasn't a sexy performance. Judges scored this 114-112. There was a 114-112 here, a 115-111 for Joseph Parker, and there was a 113-113 even. So if you look here, these are the punch stats for the fight. Zhilei Zhang outlands Joseph Parker 7-6 in round 1 with 4 more attempts. So Joseph Parker more efficient, but Zhilei Zhang lands more punches there. 6 out of 14 jabs, 3 out of 9 jabs for Joseph Parker. Very interesting, but he's trying to get to that right hand more. Power punches 3 of 6, 1 of 5 for Zhilei Zhang, but it looked like a Zhilei Zhang round. Round 2, Joseph Parker 7 out of 20. Zhilei Zhang 5 out of 22. And then obviously in round 3, Zhilei Zhang, this is where he scores a knockdown and just has better output, is more efficient, is landing more, 10 of 31 versus 5 of 20. And then Zhilei Zhang sort of lets go of the rope a little bit. Joseph Parker takes back control of this fight, or takes control of this fight for the first time. Wins 4, 5, 6, and 7 on many scorecards. Zhilei Zhang, round 8, he scores a knockdown again, and he's more efficient here as well. 8 of 26, but you're starting to see those numbers drop down a little bit because he was at 37 in round 4 and now you're seeing him get to that mid-20s area. Whereas Joseph Parker, he comes out the gate with 15 punches thrown, then 20 and 20, 31, 24, 24, 35, 35, 35, 36, 41, 33. So after round 6, doesn't drop below 33 for the remainder of the fight. And comparatively, Zhilei Zhang after round 8 doesn't get anywhere close to that 26 because he's at 18, 20, 14, and 12. And Joseph Parker, in the eyes of many, sweeps 9 through 12. He's more effective with his punches here, and you're really seeing a big gap in terms of output and punches landed in those last 3 rounds. A lot of the punches Zhilei Zhang is throwing are jabs. Over here, round 11, he steps it up a little bit in terms of efficiency, but the output is down to 14, and then he doesn't land a single punch in the 12th round. Like, he's done. Whereas Joseph Parker's 8 for 33. So Joseph Parker has a good boxing performance here. Daniel Dubois versus Joseph Parker. You're going to see Joseph Parker trying to box, and you're going to see Daniel Dubois really make it a point to be the aggressor, I think, and be the power puncher in this bout. Joseph Parker obviously has pop, but Daniel Dubois has more of it. So it looks like Daniel Dubois is probably going to be the boxer puncher here, and Joseph Parker is going to be the counter puncher here. Daniel Dubois is more skillful than people think. Younger, he has a lot of power. We've seen Joseph Parker get dropped many times before. I think Daniel Dubois could really get the stoppage here. I'm not sure how he's going to win necessarily, but I think he will. And I think Daniel Dubois still is not getting super disrespected, but I still think he deserves some credit for what he's become. And hopefully we're not on the verge of giving him too much credit for the Anthony Joshua win, but I think he'll cement himself here for what should be a potentially excellent heavyweight contest on an interesting card. And it's a co-feature that's going to be leading up to a great main event. That's all we have for here. Make sure that if you did not check out the Better BF Bivol film study, that's up at the time you're watching this. If you've seen both already, thank you very much. You are helping this channel grow, and I'm doing my best to give the people what they want. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll talk again very, very soon. Take care. Thank you for watching.